Alright, so you guys want to know about the F3 mode, or the debug screen. Well, you came to the right video. Let's get right into it. So to get to the debug screen, you're going to want to press the F3 key located on your keyboard. When you open it up, it's going to be a little bit confusing, but that's why I'm here, and it'll all make sense in just a couple seconds. Alright, so let's start at the top. Up at the very top, you can see Minecraft 1.5.2. So basically, that should be pretty easy to understand. That is the version of Minecraft that I'm running right now. Now, beside that, you'll see 60 FPS. Now, that should be pretty obvious too, but if you don't know, that's frames per second. And that basically means higher frames per second, you're not going to be lagging. Lower frames per second, you're going to be lagging a little bit. It depends kind of what it's at. Right now, I'm trying to get it to fluctuate, but oh, there we go, 59, 58, because it's rendering in new chunks. I believe that's why. So yeah, that's it. So next to that, you'll see chunk updates. That's basically just the chunks updating. I don't really know how I can put it into simpler terms, but if you don't know what a chunk is, because I'm going to be using that word a little bit, it's a 16 by 16 area, so basically 16 blocks by 16 blocks, and it goes 256 blocks deep. So next up, you should see the C. So basically what that is the number of chunk sections that are rendered currently right now. I don't know when you'll ever use that, but there you go. After that, you have your F. Basically what the F is the number of chunk sections that are loaded outside of the viewing distance. So that should be kind of self-explanatory. Next up, you have O. Basically what O is the number of chunks removed through ocular culling. Basically what ocular culling is the game removing chunks that I can't see right now. So basically I can see all the chunks that are loaded in because this is a flat map. But if I were to go on a survival map or like a not flat map, basically, there'd be a lot more chunks that are going to be being removed because of this process. Now to the right of the O, you have the first E, and this E is basically the number of empty chunk sections. That's all there is to that. Now if we skip down, there's a second E. What this E is the number of rendered entities. So right now my entities is at 0. So basically if I were to toss this gold all around like this, now there would be, as you can see, 6 out of 7. But the thing is, right here, let's see, if I toss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you'd be expecting to see 7 there, right? But because they stack like this on the ground, just like that, it only shows up as 1. So that's just something to keep in mind. And this also works with mobs, I'll show you. So right now my entities are back to 0. And let's say I spawn a bunch of poor helpless squid. So here I spawned, what, 9? Yeah, 9. So yeah, you can see 9 out of 10. There you go. Alright, let me put these poor guys out of their misery. Alright, now if we look to the right of the entities one, you'll see a B. And currently, apparently the B is unused, so that's out of the question. That's unused. Can't do much with something that's unused, so yeah, there you go. The I next to the B is your number of visible entities. Next to the I, you'll see Optifine 1.5.2. You might not see that on yours if you don't have Optifine, but I do have Optifine, and I guess that's why it's showing that. Now, if we go down another row, you'll see P equals 0. That's the number of particles that's on my screen right now. So a quick demonstration here. If I place down a torch, you'll see P has gone from 0 to 3, 7, 10, 14. It's really confused. And yeah, there you go. Next to the P, you'll see a T, and then all, and then 5. So I'm using the Minecraft wiki to find all my information, and on it, here's what it says first of all, and it says unknown currently displays all followed by the number of loaded entities, which includes mobs as well as dropped items. So That 5 right there is basically the number of loaded entities and number of dropped items. So I'm guessing if I do that, yeah, see, it goes up, and yeah. Alright, so let's move down to the X, Y, and Z. These are all coordinates for your Minecraft world. Your X is your player's location from east to west, and west being in the negatives. So I'm not in the negatives right now, so I guess you could say I'm going, well, here, let's see. I'm moving forward right now, I'm going west. And because you can see it's starting to move down towards the negatives, and if I move backwards, it's going back up, so that means I'm going east. Your Y is your player's altitude, so right now it's at 8.36 blah blah, but if I fly up, you'll see it going all the way up, and if I go down, you can see it decreasing all the way to 4. Now down to your Z, this is where your player is located on the north and south axis. North being in the negatives, so I'm at 81 right now. Let's move this way, we're going south. If I move to the left, and now if I move to the right, we are going north, more towards the negatives. Under that you'll see an F, and then on mine it's at 0. This is the direction that your character is facing, so 0 is south, and right beside it, well, to the right you can see south. Before they didn't have that, they just had the numbers. Let me move this way, you'll see 1, now I'm facing west, and I'll keep moving around, now I'm facing north, which is 2, and then 3, which is east. Let me skip right by LC and go right to B. B is the biome you're in, so right now I'm in a plains biome, and let me just cut over to a survival map so I can show you the rest. As you can see right here, right now I'm in a extreme hills edge, or actually right over here is the edge, and now I'm in an extreme hills biome. I just spawned into this world, and right now I'm in a jungle biome, as you can see from this jungle temple. Now if we go over to BL, you'll see it's at 0. This is your block light. So if I was to place a torch down, you'll see block light is at 13. Now a torch is actually emits 14, and the reason it's at 13 is because at head level you are technically one block away from that source. So if I move back from the torch, you'll see my block light getting worse and worse until eventually it's at 0 right over here. Let's move over to SL. That is skylight, so that's how much light the sky is emitting onto my face right now. And this only works, or this is only accurate during the day, so don't bother trying to use this at night. Let's move on over to RL, which is raw light, and that is equal to your block light and skylight, and that's like your total light that is at your head level. Now under RL you'll see WS, that's your walking speed, and beside that you'll see FS, that's your flying speed. So these are the default walking speeds and flying speeds, so it doesn't change when you walk. I just tested that out, and it doesn't change when you fly, but that's just the speed that you're going at in your default vanilla Minecraft. Now right beside that you'll see G, and right now it's at true. That's basically, you know, the game saying, is he touching the ground or not? So right now I'm touching the ground and it's at true. If I fly away, now it's at false. And let me touch down again, true. So next to that you have your FL. That is the Y coordinate of the highest block that the player is able to stand on. Right now it's at 4, and you'll also see that my Y is at 4. Now let's say I place down a half slab and I go ahead and walk onto it. FL goes to 5 and my Y goes to 4.5. Because the half slab is half a block, it's only going to 4.5 and not 5, but the FL, that's just rounding it up to 5. Now I hope you all enjoyed my little tutorial on the F3 debug screen, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And ending on that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new. I'm a tree, and I'm out. Peace.